Welcome back to this week's episode of the FlipCast, everybody. Before we get too into the world of social media and why it exploits you and takes advantage of you every day you're on it, we asked a few of our viewers, at random, what their definition of the algorithm was to them personally. We're going to read out their responses today.
Here we go.
We have three astute people that we know very well from the podcast. We have Austin, Roger, and Tyler in no particular order, but you'll hear who they are as we read.
Boom.
Our first comment, and not comment, it's like we're doing the comment reading for those of you who have been around. Anyway, our first text message, we asked, "Hi, Owen from the FlipCast here. We are asking a few people what their personal definition of the algorithm is. With that, what does the algorithm mean to you?" Our first response was from Austin. He said,
"Well, the algorithm is things to become popular on social media. For me, it defines trends, but the trends depend on what you're creating. For example, YouTube may show you longer form content like video games, while TikTok is more short form and entertaining."
We responded with, "Great. Thanks, Austin."
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a very well put response.
Absolutely.
It definitely was. I appreciate the response.
And thank you very much, Austin.
Thank you.
So our next response is from our boy, Roger. We asked him the same question, which you'll see on the board here. He responded,
What up, Gano? For me personally, I think the algorithmic is all about persistence and attractiveness. Let me explain. Some peeps are dedicated and want to make shit happen. And when shit happens, you feel me?
Feel me?
Then other people get big cuss of their appearance, like WTF did Bella Delphine do.
It's a good question.
it's a great question. As you can see, Bella Delphine's pictured up here.
Right.
What
did she really do?
I think what she did was the whole attractiveness thing.
Right.
But that's just for the
He might have caught it on the attractiveness thing.
You
I
know,
mean, I
Roger.
feel like that's definitely a big point right there.
I think you got a point, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your response. And our third and final response here is from a huge fan of the show, Tyler, our boy. We asked him the same question we asked everybody, and he responded,
Hi, Owen. I am a huge fan of the FlipCast. I think there is more to the algorithm that meets I think the algorithm is pursuing what makes you happy. Let me explain, smiley face. You could live in the middle of the forest with no money to your name. As long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters. This helps fellas.
and we responded, "Thanks, Tyler."
You know, I don't know what that has to do with the algorithm, but
We really appreciate your response.
we appreciate all the responses we get here on the Flipcast. Cool.
So, Ledger, this week we're talking about social media. Would you like to open our topic here?
Yeah, so social media, I mean, I don't really need to explain social media to any of you watching this video because you're already on your fucking phone watching this video.
That is true.
So you're definitely already using social media, but what we're going to be talking about today is something that is a little more in depth, and that involves the algorithm,
Indeed.
right? How social media is taking advantage of you, the
Yeah.
viewer. And to start this off, we need to kind of explain what the algorithm is.
That is true.
You might have seen in our responses before, everyone kind of had a different take.
Yeah.
From the creator's perspective
Mhm.
and the viewer's perspective, and then living in the forest perspective.
Exactly.
It's so many different angles.
There's so many different angles you can take on it.
Exactly right. So it's a really big topic, the algorithm, but I'm going to try and put it the best I can for everyone right now.
Hit
So
me, Ledger.
we work with the algorithm every single day.
We're homies with the algorithm.
The algorithm is the best friend of any content creator on any platform,
Indeed.
right? So I'm just going to put it in an easy way. Let's say I create a video,
Yeah.
right? I create a video and I want to post it to my favorite platform. When I post it to my favorite platform, depending on what my video is about, it might blow up, it might not. And that is dependent on the algorithm. The algorithm is the defining force that chooses which video blows up and which videos don't.
Indeed.
I mean, we post videos all the time,
Oh, yeah.
and some of them do very well, and some of them don't do well at all.
We've had
And
some shitters.
agreed. I mean, check out Flip 5, week of 9/10. It just didn't go well.
Oh, what a time.
Right. So, but the point here is that the algorithm is a mathematical formula, right?
Okay.
It's mathematical
It is.
in a form because what you're looking at is viewership and viewer length on a video,
Mhm.
right? So we're looking at viewership. We're seeing how many people are viewing the video, what kind of people are viewing the video, who these people are. And then we're looking at how long they're viewing the video, right? If I'm posting a video that's 20 minutes long on YouTube and a viewer only views it for 1 minute, then it won't blow up.
That is true.
I mean, most of you only view our video for 1 minute.
And that's fair.
Exactly. So that's the thing with this whole thing, is that the algorithm is a really big determining force on if or if not you're going to blow up.
Yeah, it's almost like the entire, doesn't matter how good the video is, because we see good and bad things blowing up all the time.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, the algorithm is the force that propels any and all videos on the internet.
Right.
Content on the internet, right? Every platform has algorithms. We'll get into that soon here. But especially on social media, right? I think we spoke about this earlier, that we wanted to cover that the reason that the algorithm exists isn't so that, you know, creators can be promoted and all these types of things. It exists for ad revenue.
It is for ad revenue.
And do you mind if I go into it?
Yeah, hop in.
Ad revenue. You know, all these big companies that are running these social media pages, we'll keep this kind of boring monetary part brief, right? Ad revenue, right? Everyone needs it. That's how you keep your platform running. You need to run ads because that's the only way you're going to make money on a free-to-use platform.
Yeah.
And the idea here is that if the algorithm can keep people engaged for longer periods of time, people are going to be on apps for longer.
Exactly.
And when companies see this and they're looking to buy ad slots on different, like, you know, pages, different profiles and those types of things, they'll be more inclined to go on a platform with high engagement, because that means that more people will see their content.
Completely agreed. I mean, you think of yourself, right? And we'll get into a user-based section the farther we go, but the longer you spend on an app, the more ads you're going to see. Like Owen said, you're going to see more and more ads. You know, I don't know what the exact duration is, but maybe on Instagram it's every 10 reels you're getting an ad. And you might not realize that, but that's specifically placed for you. So you're watching those ads and you might click on them. But someone is on the other end of that paying for that ad. And that's when we're going to get into the platform.
Indeed.
Right? The platforms that pay out to all the creators. And we're going to talk about the creators too, but what the platforms do specifically. So, I mean, right off the bat, we know a lot of the big platform players for social media pages: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Snapchat.
Yeah, boom.
But
Spotify.
Right, Spotify too. But the social media pages where you're seeing your friends' posts, you know, that's more of your TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. YouTube Shorts also and YouTube are very much a social media platform. But what we're really looking at here is the short form versus long form.
True.
And how these things really work in terms of the algorithm.
Yeah. And we see that based on, I believe it was Austin's response, talking
Yeah.
about YouTube versus TikTok.
Exactly.
Where YouTube is just more long form.
Yep.
In principle.
Yep.
You know, YouTube is for video games, watching, you know, presidential speeches or highlights of this and highlights of that.
Yeah.
Where TikTok's more of that short form, quick clicking, engaging thing.
Yeah.
And that kind of plays into how many ads get played on every video. And, you know, we won't bore you guys with this. We'll do a whole social media advertising episode because it's a great topic.
It's a really great topic. But, you know, you look at a platform like Instagram, and Instagram has millions of users. Instagram has existed for, probably 10 plus years now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And with the millions of users they have using the platform every day from around the world, from different countries, there's one thing they want more than anything, and that's to keep them on the platform for as long as possible.
Indeed.
They want you to stay on for as long as possible. That's their job. So they want people to post content. That's where the creator fund comes in, and they pay out to all the creators. But the platforms are designed specifically where you see Instagram where, you know, you have the part of Instagram that's regular people posting pictures. Oh, you know, here's my wedding. Oh, summer vacation, right? Here's your friends posting. You're following your friends. But now Instagram has this other function where it's a short form video platform where you have something like Reels, where now, I mean, I can remember a time when Instagram was just post-based, right? The Reels didn't exist. And I'm sure, you know, some of our audience, we have 18 to 25 audience.
Yeah.
You guys might remember a time when Instagram was just post-based. Yeah. And, you know, things like meme pages and, you know, clips pages, they existed very much so, but you had to be following them to see their posts. True. It was harder for posts to be suggested on Instagram because Instagram was more follower-based.
Yep. It was harder to go viral, too. the
Right.
side of it too.
You needed to search out
Mhm.
a platform. So let's say I'm into saxophones. I would need to search out a saxophone-based page if I wanted to see more saxophone-based content.
Sure.
And that was more so the original form to this. But now you see the new rise of some like the Reels platform, right? That all these social media platforms have taken advantage of. Even Snapchat with their stories in the bottom, those
Yeah.
those are quick short form content. What they did is when TikTok came around, right? TikTok introduced, or even Musically, if we want to go way back,
That is true, yeah.
Musically introduced the very short form platform, and even back in the day with Vine, but unfortunately Vine doesn't exist anymore.
Unfortunately.
But Musically very much so coined the short form swiping up based method of keeping viewers engaged.
They're the pioneers.
100% the pioneers. And that's when you started to see platforms start to try and take advantage of this, right? You have Instagram Reels now, who 100% is a clone of what TikTok is doing. It's a 100% clone, but it's working.
True.
It's 100% working because it's not so much the fact of the Instagram Reel platform, but it's what the content is on the page. That's what people want to see. That's what people are in. They're just watching to watch.
True.
Your view matters. We're going to keep talking about this, but your view 100% matters in all of this.
Agreed. And it's it's crazy to think looking at like a market side, right? If you look at social media as a huge competitive market, right?
Oh, yeah.
To bring the business into the Not So Business podcast, right? Musically comes in as the first of its kind with short form content, Musically and Vine. This is way back in like 2010, 2011, right? Fact check me, I know I'm wrong on that. But it's that idea that they come in and they scare the market so much into being like, you guys all need short form. You guys all need this short form stuff. And, people are like, fuck you. It's not that big of a deal. And then it doesn't come back to bite anybody, right?
Yeah.
TikTok comes back around. All that picks right back up. At this point, Instagram and Facebook, you can still share video, but no one has ever seen this whole viral side of short form content. And it's just crazy to think how it took TikTok to come in, scare everybody with user basis and active users and total users, all these crazy things for ad revenue, that Instagram's like, oh shit, we need Reels.
They had to
Facebook's
get
like,
on
we,
it.
We need shorts. YouTube needs shorts. Snapchat needs like whatever they have, right?
Yeah.
It's funny that both of us don't know what that is.
It's like stories for you or something.
Yeah.
But I completely agree. And with this newfound Reels platform, you saw the rise of newfound creators, right? I mean, let's go back in time a little bit here. We look at YouTube, right, which was a very early pioneer and creators, right? We hear this term all the time: creators, social media content creators. But people were coming on YouTube to create videos, right? They're creating long form videos, and you start to see the rise of what is it, internet celebrities, right? And that's its own topic in itself. But we see, channels like PewDiePie and Smosh and very early channels that were rising to fame and becoming internet celebrities, something that had really never been seen before. But those people, they rose with their longer form videos. They got famous with the longer form, well done videos, which at the time, there was nothing like it. Gameplay videos. It just was unheard of.
It's like Rooster Teeth way back in the day.
You
guys remember that?
Angry Video Game Nerd was around.
Yeah. It's Game Grumps. That might have been like a little bit later
Oh, yeah.
on,
No,
but
I 100% agree with you.
all that's right there. And if we're talking structure of social media too, we can go right back into that topic because that's a good way to segue.
Yeah.
But this idea that Instagram used to be post-based.
Yep.
I wanted to go into this real quick here, where you see internet celebrities become a thing when YouTube comes up, right?
Yeah.
2007, that's when YouTube's founded. People are like, okay, we need to make this happen. Like, this is the next big thing.
Yeah.
You see that people make Instagrams. People aren't getting famous just from having an Instagram.
No.
Instagram is kind of like TikTok, right? In the early days of TikTok, where people don't blow up on it, right? It's that you have a platform and you go on.
Right.
So it's this idea that, for example, Smosh, right? They make an Instagram page. They become very well followed and everything like that. Then they're creating content for Instagram to then promote, which is Smosh-based this, Smosh-based that.
It was more so to, you have a page, YouTube, which was the birth of this algorithm, the birth of, user-based browsing functions where suggested content was coming up. And, maybe I'm not a Smosh subscriber, but I'm being suggested Smosh videos.
Yeah.
That was the first time that was ever introduced. And then you would see, a Facebook page or an Instagram page or a blog post even. Those were really popular. those would exist more so for the followers to keep them engaged, constantly engaged. Oh, I'm following Smosh's page and they posted a new YouTube episode. Oh, I'm going to go check that out.
Yeah.
It was more so to keep the viewers engaged than try to bring viewers in.
And it's kind of like keeping it like personal.
Exactly.
Right? It's like when you follow someone's Instagram because they make great content, right? It's like an idea of like following Bert Kreischer's Instagram, for example.
Right.
It's like, okay, he's a great comedian, whatever, but I also know what he does on a day-to-day basis. It makes you feel more personal.
Yeah.
Right? That's late stage internet, right? We're in late stage internet right now.
Yeah.
Early stage, that's a perfect example.
100%. And, with TikTok, right, and the birth of TikTok as a platform, you started to see new form internet celebrities, right? Something that we had never seen before, right? And that is the birth of the, I guess we'll coin the phrase, short form celebrity.
Short form celebrity.
I've never heard that before, but
It's here now.
it's here now. So what is short form celebrity? Well, I'm going to name, we're looking at celebrities like Charlie D'Amelio. The D'Amelios, they got instantly famous off of their short form videos on TikTok. And you look at it from the perspective of, here's these old YouTubers who, Dan TDM and all these people who did videos back then, who, made methodically done videos to now, I'm dancing on camera and I'm famous. It was a big jump to a different kind of internet famous, right? Here's now a platform where it is so easy to get famous, right?
Yeah.
It takes one video where the video blows up and you instantly gain followers, instantly get people liking your videos.
That's true.
And people instantly it's so many examples of TikTok, of even businesses that blew up thanks to TikTok's algorithm.
Yeah, to go into that, Keith Lee.
Yeah.
Familiar with Keith Lee?
Yeah.
He's going in, like Milk and Honey got it shut down in a lot of places in Atlanta, which is a place that's a restaurant in Atlanta that, whatever, he does food reviews.
Yeah.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when he finds a good one, that gets blown up like crazy. Not only is that algorithm, that's his force going into that, but when those people engage, TikTok's like, we can run ads on these videos.
Exactly.
So they just push that shit like crazy.
Oh, extreme.
Going right to your point.
Extreme. It really changed the game of how people were getting famous.
Yeah.
And you found these new internet celebrities. You saw the very early YouTubers, some of them were disliked. They had people who didn't like them. They didn't like what they were doing. It wasn't right. But now, the social media platforms now backed all the creators.
Yeah.
And why? Why would they back the creators? To keep them on the platform, to keep people engaged.
Exactly. 'Cause what does engagement lead to?
Money.
Money.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
Money. That's what people want. They want the money aspect of it. So now you have, creators. I'm going to use Charlie D'Amelio, but there's so many more out there. I just can't even name off the top of my head right now.
But true, this is the point though. That's the most relevant one.
Right.
In your head.
But, you have so many of these social media creators out there who are growing on TikTok, and they were making money now. They were getting paid out through creator funds because they were encouraging them to keep posting videos. Because you got to think about it like this.
Hit it.
Why would they keep posting videos if it was for free?
I ask myself that question all the time too.
Well, hold on. we
Continue.
we do it because we love it. Right?
We love you guys.
We love it.
That's a joke.
All 40 of you. But we no, we love it. So, but the point of it is that the they were getting paid. They're getting paid. They're being encouraged to make videos, right? Even YouTube did this with their long form creators with the YouTube Creator Fund back in the day.
Yeah.
Very early on was encouraging people to make money, and now it's the same thing with TikTok with the content creators who are on there, the short form celebrities. They're getting paid out, and it's many people now. It's not like the old days where it was just a few big YouTubers getting paid. But these guys are a lot of people on that platform. There's very minimal criteria that needs to be met. And why is this? Because instead of back in the day, 2010 YouTube, where it was very early for advertisers hopping in. Now there's so many advertisers on the platform, and we're not going to get into like the demise of cable TV and that kind of thing, but advertisers were jumping in on the bandwagon of, we need to get online.
Because there's a whole new market that hasn't been tapped.
The online market
And it's almost created a competitive.
Exactly.
point. We will go into that in a whole new episode.
Online
That's a great
market maybe next year, but
idea. Yeah, right.
we got December coming for you. But it's the scary part is that it's created such a new place for these content creators to build this platform. And they're making these videos, some might be out of artistic passion, right? But some of it's to make money. I mean, you see so many of these, I can name faceless TikTokers, faceless Instagram pages that are just posting videos of clips and reactions or
It's like the people that post the Kai Cenat clips.
Right, they're posting other people's content. Why? Not because they fucking like posting Kai Cenat clips,
No.
but because they're making money. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And the problem is, and what we're really getting to here is that you are watching those videos.
True.
You are watching the Kai Cenat funny moment.
Yeah.
You're watching the Family Guy funny clip
That's
that zooms in and out the whole time.
Yeah.
So they don't get copyright striked.
Yeah.
But you're watching the Joe Rogan clip that some other dude posted. And that's what's keeping you engaged.
Exactly.
You're staying on the platform. And welcome to the world of the user.
Welcome to the world. That was a
The
great
user.
transition.
Now-
The user.
You watching this video are a social media user, and somehow, some way, you found this video. And if you made it this far, we appreciate you staying because we're on the most interesting topic of the video.
Absolutely.
I think I went a little backwards with how I was going to do this, but
No, this is like, you're hitting it well.
this is great.
As you
So
guys can see, we have the FlipCast iPad, aka the FlyPad, right behind
Yeah,
everything here. So
we got everything moderated. We're in.
We're in.
The user, right? Anybody watching this video, anybody on any social media platform, you're the customer,
You are the customer.
right? As a customer, a social media page wants you to spend as much time as possible, right? And you think, well, why? Time is money
Exactly.
in the terms of social media.
Yeah.
Time is 100% money. Why? Because the more time you spend on a platform, like we said, the more ads you're going to see. The more potential you have to click an ad.
True.
And the more clicks on an ad, the more likely a company is going to run an ad campaign on their platform again.
Yeah.
Now you as a user, you have your own passions and interests, right? I have my own passions and interests. Owen has his own passions and interests. You have your own passions and interests, and maybe it's the FlipCast, but
Yeah. Hey.
depending on what your passions are, social media pages such as Instagram Reels, TikTok, they're going to target those interests of yours, right? So let's say I'm into cars, right? Which I'm not, but I'm a car guy.
He loves cars.
I love cars. And I am so engaged with cars content. I see videos of, vintage cars, new cars, electric cars. Watch climate change episode. I'm watching that every day. I love cars.
Yeah.
I'm searching content up for cars. I'm searching things up. What these platforms begin to notice is hey, this guy loves watching videos of cars. Let me show him some more videos of cars, and maybe let's show him a video of a plane. Maybe he might like planes too. I don't know. Maybe he will. But what these platforms tend to do is they will start almost funneling out more content to you to see what you like, right? So you might get suggested a video of cooking. Well, I don't really like cooking, so they're not going to show you that again.
True.
But they're going to keep showing you videos based on things you like and things they discover you like,
That is true.
right? And then you'll get suggested products. The ads will be targeted. Instead of, getting an ad for McDonald's, you're going to get an ad for AutoZone.
True.
You're going to get an ad for car parts, Carfax. You're going to start getting ads for all these different things that we've talked about this before. Everybody's going to get different personalization.
Yeah. That's the beauty of the internet.
It's the beauty of it all. But the problem with this thing is social media is targeting you. And your view is weighted, like I said. Your view is 100% weighted. The more you watch a video, or videos, the more you watch videos, the more the platform is going to generate revenue.
That's true.
And that's the whole point.
And there's another side to the whole engagement piece too,
In it.
where you see, your general watch time on a video.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm on TikTok and I'm looking at videos of the newest Nike shoe that just came out, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Nike Dunk this, and I'm like, oh shit, I want that shoe, right? Let's say I watch through the whole minute-long video,
Yeah.
right? It depends on where I go from there. because TikTok has stats. We're just going to use it for an example. That's like, okay, this person watched this much of the video, checked the comments this many times, swiped a certain way this many times, and liked it this many times.
Completely
right?
agreed.
But then they also have the click-through rate, which is the idea of after someone watched your video, did they close the app? Did they go to your page? Did they swipe to the next video? Or did they check their messages? And it's this idea that if they check the messages, maybe they're going to send this to somebody. Maybe if they're going out of the app, they're going to Safari to go to Nike.com.
Yeah.
And it's this whole idea where even if you're not directly interacting with that ad or that product, the algorithm either way is going to be able to find out where you went next and then give that data to the advertiser to say, what did your ad provide?
And that's your cookies. I mean, your cookies are tracking you.
Yeah.
You see the websites have a pop-up, allow cross-website tracking.
Yeah.
Well, that's what that is. And like you're saying, they can follow that wherever you go.
Yeah. And it's the other side of that too is the whole, okay, well, if you go to your messages, right, TikTok has the share option, right?
Yep.
And you're clicking share to be able to go to a different, to send it to somebody to be like, oh shit, this is a funny video, or oh shit, you need these shoes, right?
Yeah.
There's another side to that too. You're not just showing your friend a funny video or showing your friend the shoes that you think they should buy. You're affecting their algorithm. And here's why. When you send someone a post, right? And let's say I want Ledger to get a new pair of shoes. I'm like, Ledger,
I might need a new pair, guys.
you might need a new pair.
Zazzle.com/flipcast help me get a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, the Ledger fund is. So let's say I want Ledger to get a new pair of shoes, and I see this video of this sick pair of Jordans on the internet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ledger, you need these shoes, right?
Yeah.
He may look at that and say, Owen, those are the ugliest pieces of shit I've ever seen.
I hate those shoes.
But he watches the whole video. On his feed, then, he will then start to progressively see more shoe content. Could be that same pair, could be something related, could be something totally different, right? The algorithm is going to work to incorporate what I'm thinking my friend's going to like into what that person's going to end up liking.
Right.
It's this idea that the algorithm is not just solely focused on you across different apps on your phone. It's how other people interact with you on social media.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know if the algorithm has the technology, this is the whole side part, to track like if I'm DMing you and it's on someone's platform to be like using hot words and search hotkeys, and
Yeah.
because that's like privacy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's the idea where it's like right there.
It's to the point where they're seeing your interests and they're seeing what you're sending your friends or you're sending, right? The share button. The share button is an analytic.
Exactly.
The share button is determining, this video is getting sent a lot. Why?
Yeah.
Is it a good product? Is it a funny video? Is the video engaging? Right? These are all the questions that the algorithm, asks.
Yeah.
And when you see a video that meets all this criteria, what does it do? It blows up.
That's true.
And it's cycled into many people's feeds and continues to be cycled into feeds until everyone it's needed, to be seen by sees it.
And that's deemed by the algorithm.
And it's deemed by the algorithm.
Yeah.
So it's insane, right? It's insane. And you've made an incredible point here, right? It's that it's not just focused on you, right? The algorithm is not just focused on you, but it's focused on everything around you, right? It's watching your life without watching your life.
It's true. It's trying to look directly at you as Ledger,
Right.
but based on everything else you do. It's almost like making a big circle around yourself and kind of drawing little like dotted lines towards you. That's exactly what the algorithm
Because
is.
it knows your interests.
Exactly.
And that's what matters. I mean, that's what gets you. I mean, we've talked about this. I talked about this in a very early episode where we talked about the world of fast food.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about the McDonald's app and how that tracked the food you liked, right? And gave you coupons based on the food you like. Instagram, TikTok, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They're giving videos you like based on the videos you liked or the videos you watched. I'm going to be honest. I personally don't like many posts I see. I don't double tap.
No, me either.
I never do. But even though I don't double tap, I see that people view the video. It's tons of views. And I'm like, oh, well, why did I get shown it? It knows my interest because I watched the whole video.
And that's true.
It's watching the watch time duration.
And that's the other side too, where the algorithm would never work if it only focused on one analytic. And that's why there are so many different ways for people to engage with a form of content.
Right.
So whenever you hear the term engagement thrown around, yes, it's so that the creator knows to keep making that content. But all that shit's for the platform to know, is this a good video? And here's the stats why. And
Right.
should we promote it? Should we have someone else create something like this? And that type of thing. It's
Yep.
a whole rabbit hole where, it's the idea where some things are too good to be true, right?
Oh, 100%.
The algorithm is the perfect example of that, where even though you think it's benefiting you as maybe the creator, maybe the consumer, because you're getting shown things you like, it's all just so the curator of all of it,
Yeah.
which is the platform,
Yeah.
can make the money on the ads that you're being shown and
Yep.
the content you're making or you're consuming and all those types of things.
No, I completely agree.
It's a crazy thing.
They're generating tons of profit off of it, off of like you're saying, what you're viewing. It's a scary reality, and people, they'll scroll and they'll and hours will go by of them just scrolling through reels.
Yeah.
Everyone watching this video, you've probably been through it. You watch reels, you look at the clock, like, oh my god,
Yeah.
a fucking hour went by. How the fuck? Well, there's a reason.
There's a reason.
And that's these points that you got to think about when you're starting to watch videos on those short form platforms, is that as funny as they are, as interesting as they may be, your view matters,
Yes.
right? That one singular view on a video 100% matters. You used to say, your like matters, right? Your like, the things you like matter. You used to be able to see what people liked on Instagram. It's an old feature, right?
Yeah.
They used to say your like matters, your like really doesn't matter. Well, we're past that. We're moving past that. It's now your view matters. That 15 seconds, right? 15 seconds you spend watching a video, it matters. It's having an impact on A, what videos you're seeing,
Yeah.
right? And what you're being generated. B, the profit for the social media company and the creator. And C, what videos are being blown up and suggested.
True.
Now, there's a danger to this.
That is true.
There's a danger to this all. There's harmful content out there. I mean, we don't need to get into it too specifically, but there's hundreds and thousands of videos that are inappropriate, I guess is a lame term to use, but just it's unethical.
Exactly.
Unethical content that shouldn't be shared around. It's not funny. It's just horrible content, hateful content.
Exactly. All those types of things.
And you could say, oh, well, somebody has the right to their own opinion, blah, blah, blah. But there's some content that's just outlandish.
Exactly.
Shouldn't be out there. And the more the algorithm isn't the algorithm isn't a real person, right?
No.
The algorithm is an equation. The algorithm is something that's has learning capability. But it's not a real person who can watch a video and say, oh my God, that video is awful.
Yeah.
It's looking at the view, like we're saying. It's looking at the watch time. It's looking at how long someone's viewing the video. So if it sees a horrible video, but yet people are watching it, it's going to boost it more and more unless someone reports it.
That's true.
And someone takes it, someone working for the platform who's a mediator takes that video down and flags it as offensive.
Yeah.
You need to be aware of your view is very much weighted.
Yeah.
Your view is very, very important. Those things matter. Just like your money matters, just like, your donations matter.
Yeah. Welcome back.
But those things matter.
Yeah.
And it's scary to think that the 15 seconds you send on a video of a cat falling out of a tree, it matters.
Yeah.
It could be shown in a young kid's feed, and you won't even know it. But the platform is doing that. The platform is the one that's going to keep pushing out videos, no matter what the content is about. It's going to keep pushing out videos that perform well and generate more advertising revenue for the platform.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue the same cycle.
It's the idea that the algorithm knows no ethics or bounds without a moderator.
Correct.
And this is why we, here at FlipCast, we coined a mantra before we came into this episode, and that is you have to watch what you watch.
Watch what you watch.
And we'll explain that here. It's the idea that any view you give, any piece of engagement, whether it's a like, whether it's a swipe through, whether it's just checking someone's profile, even getting a profile view on TikTok, that is one step closer to giving any creator, any person a platform on the internet.
Yeah.
And as we talk about, we're in the age with the social media celebrities where it's still relatively a new thing, right? We're seeing a boom.
Short form celebrities.
Short form celebrities, exactly. Excuse me. You see all these people, for example, like a Charli D'Amelio, right? Where overnight she blows up because people are watching what she's posting, right? You then look at something that could be more maybe controversial, right? Maybe you look at for example, a page that focuses on a certain side of politics, right? This side or this side. And they post some outlandish shit that's very clickbaity, right? Just like you and I do when we post things for the FlipCast, right?
Yep.
We post clickbaity things just because we want
You
to
want
engage.
people to watch it.
Exactly. And it's the idea that other people think this way too, and other people think this way maliciously.
Yep.
Right? It's the idea of planted ideas and this whole like agenda setting and all these big topics that we talk about. But if you give views to this thing that's maybe spreading hate to somebody, right? To some group of people or whatever it might be. That view where you were like, oh shit, that's so fucked up. Like, oh my God, I have to show this to somebody. You share it to somebody. That's giving someone's algorithm that tap in, just like we talked about with the Nike example. Where it's like, if I send you a video of a cat falling out of a tree, because I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. Or maybe I'm like, oh shit, this is funny.
Right.
I'm then giving that video more of a platform and expanding its reach for its algorithm. Right. And we use that cat falling out of a tree example as a very minor example of spreading hate and horrible content and those types of things. But think about what's going on in today's world. We won't talk about exactly what. And any hateful form of content you see, any chance you give that piece of content to get a platform, it's spreading awareness in a way, but it's also spreading hate. And it's this idea where you have to watch what you watch, or else everyone else is going to have to watch what you saw. And that's how ideas happen, rumors spread, and all these different fields of view happen. Because again, you have the right to your opinion, you have the right to free speech, you have the right to everything. But it's not to preach at you guys. It's just important to know that if you give anything a chance to have a platform, it's going to get it eventually.
Right.
Because you look at one more thing here. You look
No,
at
I agree.
You look at our goofy asses, right? Where we think we make objectively good content in the sense where it's not hating anybody. We're not trying to like do anything bad, right? Any view you guys give us gives us a platform, and then we're able to reach more people, and that's how we get new viewers.
Yep.
It's the same idea as somebody who may be trying to spread hateful
Yep.
ideas, start this whole war issue, whatever it might be.
Yep.
Right? It's this whole same thing. And just to kind of put an umbrella on that big topic of spreading hate, right? You have to watch what you watch, because any view you give can give someone a platform, and every view counts.
Completely agreed. Social media is the new age playground. Lots
Damn.
of things can go on.
That's solid.
It's crazy. Lots of things can spread on the playground. You might not know what, but it gets around.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, welcome to the end of the episode.
Welcome to the end of the episode.
If you've made it this far, we completely thank you for
Absolutely.
making it to the end of this FlipCast episode. We're 3 months deep into this FlipCast series, and we've grown a lot, we've changed a lot, and for the very few views we do get on our longer form videos, anybody who does view it, we very much appreciate
We
it.
really appreciate you.
We just talked about, social media is the only way we can grow,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to do it in the right way.
Sure.
So, we continue to post our short form content on platforms, and it's it completely aligns with the things you would hear in our long form podcast.
Mm-hmm.
If you like what you saw today, subscribe
Absolutely.
or follow whatever your
Wherever
platform
you're
is.
seeing this, yep.
wherever you're seeing us. Follow, subscribe. If anything you like, comment. We appreciate any engagement. We'll get right back to you.
Absolutely. Send this to a friend if you think this is
Yeah.
funny. Send it over.
100%.
I find it funny. This episode, we kind of shared how, our philosophy on social media
Yep.
and all these different things. And this is still the conclusion. I won't bring up a new topic, but you can kind of see as viewers into our head as creators.
Yeah.
And now you kind of see how things work here. And hopefully this sparked your interest a little bit.
We hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
We really do.
Thank you very much for the platform that you guys give us each and every week and for all the support we get, even though it is minimal.
Yep.
We appreciate it all and we love you all.
Thank you.
We will see you next week. Follow the flip.
Full flip.
Follow the flip!